I literally have no words. This is just about to go to sleep. It's about like 1 in the morning where I live. And I just before I was about to turn on the light, I got all these text messages from a bunch of people on Discord, other videographer friends I know and stuff, texting me about what Blackmagic released. In California, Blackmagic Design today announced a new lower price for the Blackmagic URSA Mini Pro 12K of US $5,995. And they said that this price reduction has been made possible by efficiencies in manufacturing combined with an improved supply of 12K sensors. And immediately, they're going to be selling this to resellers worldwide for that price. Do you know what else is that price currently? The URSA Mini Pro G2 is also that exact same price. So I look, as all of you know on this channel and people have seen my content before, I love Blackmagic cameras. I love their stuff. I own 2 Pocket 4Ks, a 6K Pro, and an URSA G2. And as cool as it is to see this camera go to that price, I got a feel for all those people who paid that $10,000 to get the camera in the first place. It's a $4,000 reduction, which is amazing. But for someone like me who bought an URSA G2 like 3 months ago for the same price that is a 12K Pro now, which is more, I mean, the G2, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my G2 camera. But if I had a choice to buy the G2 or the 12K Pro, between the two for the same price, I'd buy the 12K Pro or the 12K. And honestly, if I had waited for about, I don't know, 3 months at this point, who knows what the URSA G2 is going to be? There's no way it's going to be the same price as it is now. Literally, in one night, on some random whim, they dropped the camera price of $4,000. I'm sorry. What does that have? What does that affect with the 6K Pro that a lot of us have bought into at this point? What does that do to the URSA G2? Price wise, like, and I'm sure, like, as always, like, camera prices go down, but Blackmagic stuff slowly kind of goes down. You don't really expect a manufacturer to just put something in the same price range overnight and drop something that's $10,000 down to $6,000. Like, I get if like maybe like $1,000 reduction or something like that. Don't get me wrong, like, it's awesome that this is being made available to more people, but it just feels like a stab in the back for a lot of us who have bought the equipment and all this now, and now our equipment's, you know, justifiably less valuable now. Like, I can't go, like, I can guarantee you I can't go and sell my G2 tomorrow for close to the same price I bought it for. Now, I know the used market, but like usually used G2s go pretty well, but like, did I just waste thousands of dollars on a camera price that maybe they should have started dropping some of the prices on stuff a little bit earlier if they knew they were going to drop the price on the 12K? Like, it just doesn't, I understand maybe a lot of people have been speculating that maybe there's a bigger line that they're coming out with and they're having to drop the price to get it down for the next camera line. But at the same time, it's like, what about all these other people that just bought the 12K URSA for that price? I don't understand the decision. Love Blackmagic, but this really feels like a stab in the back to a lot of us who have bought into their cameras and for the low price of them. Great that it's a low price, but like, maybe some kind of warning. Like, it's awesome that you dropped it. Awesome. But what am I supposed to do with my URSA G2? I just bought like 3 months ago when I could have waited and either bought the G2 at a lower price or bought this at that. Like, I wouldn't have been upset if they dropped it by $1,000 or $2,000 and then it was like, oh, okay, my URSA G2 is going to be valued like it's like $1,000 or whatever, whatever. Like, it happens. But to make it the same price as your other flagship camera, and I know this is their new flagship camera, but like, that is a massive drop and massive change in value for cameras and across like down their line. At first I thought it was a joke. I thought this was completely a joke. I wonder, I mean, they have to have something coming out, right? Like, this doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I'm sure they have it. I mean, yes. Does it have only 14 stops of light dynamic range compared to the URSA G2? Yes. Does it have some other issues? Yes. But it still is a newer camera that has more capabilities with the 12K Super 35mm sensor and has newer things built into it, like Gen 5 color science. So The dual CFAT, you tell me. Am I overreacting at this point, or does this kind of feel just kind of odd and strange? I mean, this is weird. I've never really had that much negative to say about Blackmagic. I've loved their stuff. I love that they don't overprice their stuff. I love how they were, you know, like there's things like with the red codecs and stuff, you have to buy licenses and stuff for this. Like their B-raw stuff, all open. I don't think this is be enough to push me away from Blackmagic, but it makes me more hesitant to buy from them in the future, where I wanted a 12K. I wanted a 12. Thank God I didn't purchase the 12K 3 months ago, because it was between the URSA G2 and the 12K. And I kind of decided, I kind of want to have like the G2 first and kind of like feel it out and then work my way up to the 12K. Now, do I need 12K? No, but it comes down to like, it's not even about getting the 12K URSA, okay? It's about value, and the massive value shift that has just occurred with the snap of a finger overnight. It wasn't some gradual decline of price by a camera. It wasn't that. I'm trying to even think of another company or something else that happened that's even similar to this. Like, you know, over time, with some cameras like Sony, yeah, sure, you know, you're going to buy it, and then like the year later, it's going to be like, you know, either like $500, $600 cheaper than you bought it for. If you look at the trends for Blackmagic's cameras like across the board, and we've looked at them before, there's not much change in value over the course of the years. So you kind of have this idea of what it's going to be, and then they kind of throw this at you, make it the same price that the URSA G2 was today. I'm excited because I mean, it puts the URSA 12K easier for me to access at this point. It's interesting to me because I'm wondering, what else did they have planned that they would drop their flagship camera by $4,000? Is their flagship camera not selling as well as they thought it was going to? Are they having problems with it, so they had to drop it by $4,000 because they're not getting enough sales on it? I don't know. It just, you know, it's great trying to get new people into it, but what about all the people that have been here and have bought into all these new cameras like the 6K Pro or the URSA G2? I don't know if the 6K Pro will have as much hurt as the URSA G2 in this, but it's a massive, massive price shift. And I keep repeating myself, but I'd be interested to hear what you guys have in the comments below. I know I'm coming off a little unhinged. But it's late, and I was trying to make a video before I went to bed now, because I thought this was a joke. I thought they had gotten hacked. I thought their account got hacked until I got onto their website and saw that it's actually a press release. And then you go through and it's actually on all these websites. Now what? What are you guys planning to do? Have any of you just purchased a 12K Pro? Have any of you got a 6K Pro or an URSA G2? Are any of you worried about maybe the massive reduction in value of your cameras that you just bought? Does this concern you the future, trying to buy a Blackmagic camera at any given time, whether it's not, it doesn't matter which one it is at this point. Like, what's the shift? It's not even like they announced a new camera. It's they took one and brought it back down with prices that have, you know, been going down gradually like a normal market goes. But now it's going to be interesting in that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the URSA value the G2 value will stay. Maybe the 6K Pro value will stay. I'll be, I'm sure, doing some more videos here soon about this change, because this changes a lot. This changes a lot for Blackmagic and the cameras, and kind of like how everyone's been looking at what you should buy. So that's about it for this video. Again, guys, comment below. Tell me if I'm just being melodramatic and over the top with this, but I'm kind of pissed off. I don't know. I really don't know what else to... Anyways, guys, it's late. I'm going to try to edit this video and get it uploaded, but let me know your thoughts and comments and opinions below. Would love to hear them, but absolutely crazy. Either way you look at it, it's super interesting, and this is definitely going to shake up the Blackmagic lineup for sure. Until next time, this is John Owens with Frame Voyager.